It's time to start my seeds for my spring garden. And believe it or not, here in Central Florida, we've already had a couple of frosts. So I need a greenhouse, but I don't need a big one. So I have made a little mini greenhouse that's big enough to start 150 plants. So I want to show you how my husband and I have made this little mini greenhouse, and it's very budget friendly. I've started my seeds in January on the south end of my porch for many years, but now the trees have grown so tall that the porch is now under shade almost all day long. So I've got to figure out a new place to put this after they've sprouted, but for now I'm going to start them right here. So you really need to have full sunshine unless you want to invest into some grow lights. And well, I don't feel I need that. I live in Florida, and most days it is sunshiny, even if it's cold. So the first thing that I put down is an old piece of plywood. And the reason I do that is because when I water the plants, the water goes through and it can stain the boards of the porch. I've done that, and I need to scrub that off the porch when I get a chance. You're going to need 4 pieces of wood. These are 1x2s, and I've cut 2 of them 48 inches long, this one and that one, and 2 of them 24 inches long. So the way we've got them put together is we've got corner braces on the inside. So you're going to need 4 corner braces, and each of our corner braces take 4 screws. So you're going to need 16 screws. Now, to make this job a little bit easier, you are going to need some power tools. We did screw some holes down here to support the ribs of our greenhouse. So we've got a hole here in the middle and also at the end. Now, if you don't have a way to make a hole in your wood, you can cut these longer than I'm going to show you. And you could take some elastic, like from the fabric store, and if you're really clever, you can figure out a way to attach them using some plastic cord. But if you can put a hole down here, and let's see how deep it is. It's only about 1 inch deep. So if your holes are 1 inch deep and they're going to accommodate a 1/4 inch tubing, and this is found where your plumbing supplies are in your hardware store. So we have got 3 pieces of the 1/4 inch tubing, and it needs to be flexible. See how flexible that is? And they are exactly 39.5 inches long to fit into these holes that are about 1 inch deep. I had some that were longer, and I cut them back because it was requiring 2 shower curtains at the end. And I'll get to that in just a minute. So once you've, okay, and I forgot to tell you one thing to note. The 24 inch pieces fit inside the 48 inch pieces. Once you've got your frame built and your holes drilled, it's just a matter of putting these ribs down in there. And then you lay your trays down in there. You could actually fit, I think you can fit another tray. Yeah, so you could potentially start 200 plants in here. But I like to leave a little bit of space because If it gets really, really cold and it's going to freeze for a little while, here in Florida, the freezes don't last very long, just a few hours, you'll still need to protect them. They will be covered with a shower curtain, and you want to, if it's going to freeze, go ahead and put a blanket over the top of that. But if you feel you need extra protection, you can actually just fill a gallon jug with hot water and put it in the corner here, and that will help keep it warm for quite a few hours. So now that you've got it constructed, all you've got to do is lay a heavy-duty clear plastic shower curtain over the top. Now this one's gotten old, it's not so clear anymore, but I think it's still good enough to use another year. Now what I did is I screwed a little screw right here just to anchor that on the grommet that's in the shower curtain. And then if you've cut these ribs to the exact measurement that I've told you, you're going to be able to put this all the way over and tuck it in. And if you want to secure it on the ends, you can use clothespins or even the clips that are office clips. That's all there is to it. Now my seeds are going to be sprouting in the semi-shade. Once they get to a couple of inches tall, I'm going to move them out where they're going to get full sunshine. And for me, the best option is out by my garden. I go out to my garden every day anyway. And at that point, I need to judge every day, is it warm enough to keep the cover off? And it usually is here in Central Florida. If it's going to be hot that day, and it is a weird winter this time. It's frost one day, and right now it's mid-70s. If it gets up to 80, I would recommend that you not leave this on. You don't want it to get too hot on the inside either. So just monitor your temperatures and try to keep it warm enough so they're not going to freeze at night, but not too hot during the daytime either. So the thing I've noticed with these little cells like this, they are going to need watering every day. If you're putting the proper seed starting mix in here, I'm going to be putting the list of supplies in the show notes. And on your way there, please give it a green thumb up. It really does help. And why not subscribe? I've got 180 videos that'll help you with your garden.